Hello and welcome to another weekly drive. Brenda Dempsey here, and you're in the right place because you should be right here, right now. So what are we going to be talking about this week? We're going to be talking about something that I love. It's all to do with your brand, but it's not brand specifically, but it's part of the work that we do when listing your brand. And that is vision and goals. This is something where you get to dream about what kind of world you want to live in. When you're envisioning, when you're thinking about a vision, you are just totally relaxing and you are at the center of your universe. What kind of world do you want to live in? What kind of business do you want? How do you want to serve the world? These are a great starting place for you to decide what it is your vision. And then we begin with the end in mind. The great Stephen Covey, where what do we want? And how do we break that down into steps in order that we can continue to break them down into bite-sized steps and goals that you can take action on every day? Because it's wonderful visualizing amazing things for yourself, for your life, for your world, the house you want to live in, the holidays you want to go, the relationships you want to have, the business you want to have, the difference that you're making. But without action, then nothing happens. So we make the bite-sized goals, starting with the end in mind, and then all of a sudden we find an action step. So let's jump right on in. I have a PowerPoint that I want to share. And where has it gone? Let me just get it back up. Happens when you move around. And let's begin. So I'll come back into the room. Let me get back into the room and share the screen. And here we are. It's about clarifying the vision and goals for your book and your personal brand. So, as I said, this is a time where you can take time out and put you at the center of your universe, put you at the center of your world, put you at the center of your life and your business. So, like all good things, we need a compass. What are your visions and goals? And where are you going to start? And so we're going to start with reflection. Reflection's a great place to start. So find yourself a beautiful spot, favorite seat in the house, maybe your garden, maybe somewhere, maybe by a beach or wherever it is. Find yourself that place where you can just be you and think, how do I want my life to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years time? What kind of world do I want to live in? Who do I want to become? What do I want for my business? Am I a lifestyle business? And if so, to what level do you want that lifestyle? Do you want to be $1 million business or a multi-million-dollar business? Or are you happy making $250,000 a year, 100,000 a year? This is where you start to visualize. But we want to inflate it and make it bigger, 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 so that it scares you, so that you think, oh, how on earth can I ever achieve that? But let that thought go, because we can. And how do we do it? By setting the goals and taking the steps. So we're going to reflect. We're going to look at all the things that we've achieved so far. and what else can we achieve. Oh, I don't know what's happening. There we go. So, understand the importance of clarifying those visions and the goals. So we can have the goals and we can have the vision, but if we don't get clarity on it, and what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the detail. So this is where you can journal what it is that you see in your mind's eye. Journal down the detail. So I started saying, well, how much do you want your business to turn over? Is it 250,000, 500,000, 1,000,000, 5,000,000, 10 million? So set yourself a goal of what that vision is, but then write it down. Without writing down your visions and your goals, nothing will happen. It just is the law of the law of attraction, the way compensation, the way that it works. When it's written down, there's something magical that happens between the universe, the brain, and the hand, and putting it down. Journal it out. Journal what it is that you want your life to be like. There's a daydream journal. That's a dream day journal. Sorry, I put that around the wrong way. That we can talk about another time. But clarify it, give it as much detail. So if you want a house, describe the house. How many bedrooms does it have? What colour is it? What does your kitchen look like? What's your garden like? The more detail you can put in to clarify it, the more likely it is that you'll get something that's what's on your page or beyond. There's many stories out there by great entrepreneurs who have written down what they want, and lo and behold, they get that and even more. So Darren Hardy, for example, he was looking for a wife, so he wrote down everything he wanted in a wife, her culture, her hair, the color of her eyes, her body shape, everything. And lo and behold, he tells a story a lot. So go and look into Darren Harding. You'll get more detail than I'm giving you. And lo and behold, his wife appeared, and he knew she was the one for him. And of course, they got married. So, and when you do goals, we can talk about SMART goals. So we'll talk about that another time, because that in itself is a whole mastermind lesson. Maybe not a webinar, but part well, it could be. But goals need to be SMART. They need to be specific. They need to be P for, oh my god, no, M for, that's right, measurable. They have to be relevant. They need to be attainable, and they need to be timed. So it's like saying, I will have £20,000 in my bank account on the 1st of June 2024. So it's specific. I want 20,000 in my bank. It's measurable. I can go to my bank on the 1st of June and check my bank balance, and it's attainable. £20,000 isn't out with the norm. Again, you can aim high. It's relevant to what I want and how I can go about getting it, and it's timed, because I've told you it's by the 1st of June. It's the 22nd of May. So I have got 9 days to get £20,000 into my bank account. So let's see what happens there. I've done that live. Okay, I forgot to do this. So clarity in the purpose of it. Decision making and prioritization. What is the priority? Once you've got the vision, where are you going to start? Start with the end in mind. What's the first step that you've got to take that gets you to the end? So for example, I want to bake a cake. I go and get my ingredients. So how to start baking the cake? So everything's about a methodology. And then broader goals and personal brand. These should be aligned to the bigger, so the goals aligned to the vision, and that also should be part of your personal brand. because you are always at the heart of what you do. Whether it's your life or your business, you are at the heart of it. So make sure that you have that in your head so that you can be absolutely clear on what it is that you want. Identifying your unique story and expertise. You have to elicit within you what is your story, and how does your story relate to your education, your experience to create your expertise. That's where your expertise come from: story, education, and experience. So let's see what it's saying. So think about your life. Now, here at Brilliance Publishing, clients, they do an exercise called the golden thread. And the golden thread is looking at the significant events, good and bad. The bad ones have got great lessons, but so do the good ones. And sometimes we overlook all the good things that's happened. So we look at the good and bad things from the moment you're born to the present day. You know, so we go through that. We do it in a very beautiful way. And then we document the scene, but the learning. So for example, I'll give you one of mine. So when I was something like 5 or 6, I was in Woolworths at the time. They no longer, unfortunately, but it was a store that everybody went to, and in the UK. And actually, when I look back now, that store wasn't that big, but when you're 5 and 6, it's massive. And my mother turned her back and let my hand go to look at something. And I too got distracted. But when I turned around, guess what? My mother wasn't there. So what did I do? I screamed and I cried, "Mom, Mom." And of course, people came running. "Okay, where's your mum? And tell me what your mum's like," and all of this. They questioned me. And of course, I was reunited quite quickly with my mum. Probably seemed a long time at the time. But what have I learned about that? So the lessons in if you get lost is you can take comfort in other people around. You can have a conversation with them to find out, well, what can we do next? You don't need to know the answer. Someone else might know the answer. And then you can take steps to go and find that answer. So obviously my mum heard me crying and she realized that we had been parted, and one of the assistants went, "Oh, we've got your daughter," and she came back. But of course I got into trouble. I don't know what the lesson is there. That's probably got some deep-rooted imprint in me somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, so you look at the lessons. I just give you that little story just as an example of what you do. But here at BBP, we do that with you because you can do it on your own. It is an exercise you can do on your own, but when you do it with someone who understands it, knows it, you can elicit amazing things from it. So once you look back at your story, you can say, well, what sets you apart and makes your story compelling? And you'll find something, and that usually comes from adversity. So in my case, I was homeless, single parent with 4 children in the final year of my degree, looking after 2 sick parents. So what sets me apart is I have an I can mindset. I don't let challenges stop me from my vision and my goal because I've got a strong why. I never mentioned the purpose, did I? I've got a strong why. The why was I had to get my degree or I would be penniless and homeless, and that wasn't going to happen. I couldn't do it to my 4 children. So that's my story in what, like 3 sentences, 4 sentences? You can do it too. So You just go back and you go through all your stories, and there'll be one that will stand out, but there'll be many other significant stories that you get other things from. So you might want to, maybe it's resilience, maybe it's something around money that you've got a great story that you need to teach other people. Maybe it's about transitioning, maybe it's about leaving your job and going elsewhere, or leaving a country and going elsewhere. All these things I'm saying are all significant aspects in my life. So you will find yours. And then what you do, once you get all this information and, you know, you look at what, you know, your education, your experience, it's all very layered. It's not linear. Writing a book, you've got to look at all the layers, and then you select carefully. But then once you've got all the pieces, so we've done the exercises and we've got all the pieces, we then think, well, how is that going to align with my message and my target audience? And how is that going to attract them? And who is it going to attract? So once you get all that information, you begin to find the steps and the goals and the strategies you need for your success. So we've just touched on there about who that client is. You need to define your audience and how your goals fit in with the audience. So for me, my audience is business owners, but there's a lot deeper. There's deeper layers. It's not startups, although it could be, but that's not predominantly who I'm working with. It's people who have been in business maybe 5-10 years. Their business isn't really going as well as they like. They're looking to widen their reach, to be seen as a go-to expert, to raise their authority. All of these amazing things that you need to do within your business. So the more detail you can give, like everything else, the more detail about your audience, then the easier it is to find out where are they hanging out, what do they love, and what do they do. And then when you know that, you can then start to create the goals. So what age are they? What sex are they? Is it men and women? Is it just men? Is it just women? What are they interested in besides? What kind of job might they have? You know, what are the interests? Are they people, are they active people? So they like to go hiking and water skiing and maybe skiing in the Alps in the winter time? And what is it that's paining them? What is it that they're trying to change within their life? What are they fed up with and frustrated with? So these are all the details that you need to do. And again, at Book Brilliance Publishing, we go into great detail on finding that brand audience, the ideal client, your ideal reader. These are labels, but it's one and the same thing. So you really need to be clear on it. And guess what? You need to write it down. So the goals, again, here we go back to SMART goals, specific and measurable. Must have specific and measurable goals. And how does it align to the broader business objectives that you've got for growing your business? So for example, I want to grow my business. If I only get 1 or 2 new clients a week, yeah, it'll keep me ticking over, but it's not going to change my life. So the broader business objectives is I want to have a global reach. So therefore, I want to be seeing clients coming to me from Dubai, America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Africa. So these will align to your broader goals. So it's the same kind of people, but they're just in different countries. We live in a world where the internet has made it so much smaller. So do not lessen yourself to your geography. You've got global, and you need to start thinking like that if you want to make a significant difference in the world. So how do we go about crafting our vision statement? Well, again, here at Book Brilliance Publishing, we have a little formula, and we begin with a formula to model what it is that is your vision statement. But as you get really comfortable with it, you can begin to switch it up a little bit, not too much, but just a little. So you need to then think of how to summarize my vision for my book and your personal brand in a concise way. You know, so for me, it might be like, my vision is, I should know my vision off by heart. Oh, I was looking at it earlier today. Hold on. I can tell you what my vision is. This is my shortened version of my vision. My vision is to be the #1 holistic publisher in the world. So just like Apple want to be the #1 a tech company in the world, we want to be the #1 holistic publisher in the world. So there's not too many holistic, so that separates us out and makes us unique already. And the fact it's in the world means we are going to have people from that. I probably could add in for businesses to flourish or something like that. Could add that. Let me see what else it's saying. So it's short and sweet, nothing long, shouldn't be any more than 2 lines. And you can articulate the overarching purpose and the impact that you aim to achieve. And it has to align with your values. So our values are integrity, collaboration, and community, along with reliability and love. And it relates to our long-term aspirations. So let's look at what this might look like. So a vision could be to inspire and empower women. So we've got our demographic, we've got what it is we want to do with them. Why? To embrace their inner strength. So this is someone who works from a spiritual point of view, and they want people to learn that their strength comes from the inside, and to embrace it, to really take it on board, to have that consciousness about it. And how is she doing that? Through a memoir. So that's the book. That's the book. So through my memoir and motivational speaking engagements. So other broader business strategies, speaking on stage. So whatever is written in the book becomes your topics and your keynote speech for speaking on stages. Here's another one. To establish myself as a thought leader. So this is someone that's innovative, someone that it's challenging the status quo, someone that maybe is a bit of a disruptor. And this is within the wellness industry. So we know the industry that we're in. And how are they going to do that? They're going to publish a book and they're going to launch a podcast series. So again, through their book and through a podcast series. And the book's going to be all around thought leadership. So we know straight away what kind of book it's going to be. And it's going to be explaining for people in the wellness industry how to step into those leaderships and how to really drive their businesses and maybe become a leader, maybe develop their own business. So you can see already just 3 short lines, 1 sentence. You've got all of that in there. So whilst you can read that like that, let me tell you this exercise takes quite a considerable amount of time, longer than you think, because every word is power loaded and infused with an energy and infused with words that align for you. So for me to inspire and enable, empower, I would want to change that word to enable because of my belief in the power and vibration of language. So you will look at that. It might not be women. It might be people. It might be children. So it does take a while, and you go away and you read it and you refine it and you refine it till eventually, when you read your vision, you should get goosebumps, and it might even make you cry. That's when you know you're totally connected. If you read it and there's no emotion, forget it. It's not right. There has to be emotion to what it is. And then it's about bringing all of that together. So the thing about a vision and your goals is your vision isn't totally static, because as you grow and develop, your vision should become bigger and bigger. You might eventually reach that vision, but way before you get to that vision's growing. So you're growing. That's why we keep going through the glass ceilings. So we'll be 4 years old next month. And when I think of who Brenda Dempsey was when I started 4 years ago, and the woman I am today, whoa, I am the woman I dreamed about 4 years ago. And now I'm dreaming of my next level of the version of Brenda. So therefore, in order to do that, I'm breaking through glass ceilings, and my goal has more clarity, is more audacious, is scary. Big, hairy, audacious goals, as again Darren Hardy said. You'll find me quoting him quite a lot because he made an impact in my life. And you have to keep going back when you're writing your book, and reminding yourself, is what I'm saying, does it align to my goals, my values, my vision, and is it going to fuel my mission? And then you start to take action, and you get more clarity all the time for your vision and your goals every single day. If you're not doing something that doesn't take you forward towards your goals, then get rid of it. Get rid of it if it's not taking you towards your goal. So let's say you want to sign up 2 clients a week. That's 4 a month. 8 a month, right? Gosh, what happened to my maths there? Well, what do you need to do to make sure you get 2 clients? 2 clients isn't many. But I know in my businesses over the years, I've had time when I've not had any clients for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. I'm out of business in another month's time if I don't get a client quick. So you have to make sure you take that action. And I've read many books and I've listened to many people's podcasts, and they all say the same. If it's not taking you towards your goal, if it's not making money, you've not got a business. So you have to decide, are you a charity or a business? A charity does it for free, and a business does it for money. And in the beginning, a lot of business owners do a lot of charity. And then over time, as things go, they think, no, I need to make money, la, 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 la. I've got a roof over my head, I've got to feed my tummy, I've got children to look after. So then we kind of have to sway towards, so who do we need to become? We need to become more business-like. What does it take to become more business-like? Well, you have to maybe get a bit tougher. You need to change your mindset. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. All of these things, I'm sure you've heard a lot of these statements before. But here's something. You will have heard a lot of these statements before, but one day someone will say it and you'll wake up. It could be me, it could be someone else. You'll have heard people say the same thing over and over for weeks, months, years, and then one day you'll hear it and you're ready. You're ready to take action. You're ready. And that's something else for business owners and speakers to consider. Just because you're saying it, it will fall on deaf ears, but it will also fall on the ears of those who are ready, and they are your clients that are for you. So, of course, you need to get yourself a tribe. Come and join us at Book Brilliance Tribe on Facebook, and it becomes a valuable resource for aspiring and established authors. And of course, you need to participate, you need to be in it to win it. You only get out of something that you're prepared to put in. So come along, find more tips and support and guidance on your authorship. But it's more than authorship with Book Brilliance Publish. It's about entrepreneurship. It's about speaking, business, personal, leadership, and I forgot another one. Well, let me start again. Authorship, speaker, business, personal development, and leadership. That's who we need to become to bring our vision into our reality. So if you've got any questions, please feel free, put them below, and let's get a conversation going. So until next time, this is Brenda saying, be brilliant, visualize big, hairy, audacious goals. Until next time, I'll see you soon. To the pip.